Hello, and welcome to the Global Studies News Network. I'm your host, Chris Getchell. Our top story tonight. Famous Viking explorer Leif Erikson returned home from a long voyage and found that his name was missing from the town register. Leif's wife complained to local officials, who apologized to her profusely, stating, "We must have taken Leif off our census." More at 11. And now, a word about comparisons. I wanted to give you a quick lesson on your country comparison assignment that you have to do. This is what the assignment looks like, okay, and you can see it, and this is what you're going to use, okay, you're going to put your answers right here, okay, so you don't have to create anything new or a slideshow, but you do need to choose two countries, either one from North America, one from South America, or one from the Caribbean, okay, so you can choose a Caribbean island as well if you'd like to do that, but you're going to compare two countries, okay, and we're going to use the 5 themes of geography that we talked about in our first unit to do that, all right? So the first thing you need to do is put your country here, and then you'll see the 5 themes down the left side, okay? Location, place, human environment interaction, movement, and regions. And then under each category, you're going to put your answers. So let's say it's the United States over here and Brazil over here. Then it asks for absolute and relative location. Well, we talked about that in our first unit. Absolute location would be, for example, the latitude and longitude, okay, the GPS coordinates. Generally, if you look that up, they'll give you the latitude and longitude of, say, the capital of the country, and that's okay, okay? You could put that in. Relative location would be, how would you describe it? So you got to use your own words, remember. So for example, if it's Cuba, you might say, well, it's an island nation about 100 miles south of Florida. Or let's say it's Canada, and you would say, it's the country directly north of the United States. So you're using your own words to describe it. Place, take a look at some of the things that you can talk about when it comes to place. Describe the human characteristics and the physical environment. So the human characteristics are some of the cultural things that you find. And down here are the physical characteristics. So it's the physical features you might find, all right? Now, are you going to use all of these? Maybe not. But I would say at a minimum, you should find 3, okay? So use your best judgment on what you think the most important things to share are. You can certainly share more. Human environment interaction, same thing. When you're going to talk about the environment, how does the environment affect where people live? Elevation or dry climate or the weather, whatever it is. And then how do people affect the environment? Pollution, water, some other thing that people can have effect on the environment they live in. And then movement, how do people move around the country? So it could be, for example, transportation systems. In the United States, we have a pretty extensive transportation system. But in smaller, less developed countries, their options might not be as many. Also, migration. Are people coming and going from that country? And if so, why? And what type of technology and community access do they have? And then also goods and services. what are their exports and what are their imports, remembering that some countries don't have all the natural resources they need, so they may need to uh, import things into their country, which makes things more um, expensive for sometimes for their residents. And then finally, regions. Um, for example, where does this country belong? What kind of region? Well, maybe it's the Caribbean. Maybe it's an island nation, or maybe it's maybe it's Canada. So it's north and all the way almost to the Arctic. And then how is it divided? Also, you could talk about politically. Um, is it divided, into country or I'm sorry, into states or provinces, or maybe religiously? Sometimes there's a couple different religions, and the country is sometimes divided that way, or culturally. Sometimes more than one culture are in a country, and a country can be divided that way. So you have to do a little research to find that out. And then down below, choose an image that represents each country and put it down below. All your answers, all your answers are going to go in these boxes. Okay? The boxes expand, so you don't have to worry about the size of the box. As long as you type, the box will keep getting bigger. So you'll be just fine. There's plenty of room. All right? And when you're done, don't forget to submit it. Okay? Submit your assignment on Schoology. Don't share it with me. Submit it. Hit the submit button in Schoology. All right. Good luck, and I look forward to seeing your assignment. I look forward to your comparisons side by side. And that's all for today. Good day and good news.